Nobody announces it. Nobody sends a message that says, "Just so you know, you have completely taken over my thoughts and I don't know what to do about it." That is not how it works. When someone falls for you, genuinely, deeply falls, they go quiet about it first. The feelings arrive before the words do, and in that gap, before anything is ever said out loud, there are signs. Subtle ones, behavioral ones that psychology can explain even when the person feeling them cannot. If someone in your life has been showing you these 7 signs and you have been missing them, this video is going to change how you see every interaction you have had with them. Sign 1. They protect your reputation without being asked. Pay attention to what someone does when you are not in the room. When your name comes up in a conversation you are not part of, do they let negative comments slide, or do they quietly correct them? Do they speak about you with a kind of care that nobody instructed them to have? This is one of the most overlooked signs in all of relationship psychology, and it is one of the most telling. When someone has genuinely fallen for you, your reputation becomes something they feel personally connected to. Not in a possessive way, in a protective one. They want the world's perception of you to match how they see you. And how they see you at this point is through eyes that have already decided you matter. Sign 2. They create space for you in their routine. Routines are deeply personal. The way someone structures their day, their morning habits, the time they protect for themselves, the rhythm of their week, is something most people guard without even realizing it. When someone starts adjusting their routine to include you, it is not a small thing. It is an enormous thing disguised as a casual one. They start their mornings differently because of a conversation with you. They reroute their commute. They keep a window of time open that they never explain, but somehow always seems to align with when you are available. Nobody reorganizes their private world for someone they are indifferent to. The restructuring of a routine around another person is the subconscious saying what the mouth has not yet found the courage to say. Sign 3. They get uncomfortable when you mention other people. It is not a dramatic reaction. No one is storming out of rooms. It's quieter than that. And that's exactly why it's significant. You casually mention spending time with someone else and something shifts. Their energy drops a half degree. Their response comes a beat too late. They change the subject with slightly more effort than the situation requires. Psychologists identify this as implicit jealousy, an involuntary emotional response that surfaces not because someone chose to feel it, but because their emotional investment in you has grown large enough to produce it. The key word is involuntary. People cannot manufacture this response. It only arrives when feelings are already real, already deep, and already slightly beyond their control. Sign 5. They remember what you have forgotten about yourself. You mentioned something 6 weeks ago. A small story, a detail about your childhood, a dream you said out loud once and then let go of. You've moved on from it entirely, but they held on to it, and at an unexpected moment, they bring it back, not to impress you, but because it genuinely stayed with them. This is emotional retention, and it is one of the clearest signs that someone's heart is involved. The brain does not store ordinary information with care. It preserves what it values. When someone holds memories of you that even you have released, what they are revealing, without realizing it, is that you have become significant to them in a way that goes well beyond convenience or habit. Sign 6. They show up differently after you've had a hard day. They do not necessarily arrive with grand gestures. They do not always say the perfect thing, but they show up. They check in when they didn't have to. They find a quiet, low-key way of making their presence felt precisely when your world feels heavier than usual. This is called responsive caregiving in attachment psychology, the instinct to move towards someone you are emotionally bonded with when they are struggling, not away from them. Anyone can be present when things are good. It requires genuine emotional investment to consistently show up when things are hard. When someone does this for you without being asked and without expecting recognition, their heart has already made a decision that their words have not caught up to yet. Sign 7. Being around you makes them more themselves. This is the deepest sign and the hardest to fake. When someone has fallen for you, your presence does not make them perform, it makes them relax. The version of themselves they bring to you is quieter, more honest, less managed than the version the rest of the world gets. They say things around you that surprise even them. They drop habits of self-protection that they carry everywhere else. They laugh without checking if the laugh is too much. They disagree without calculating the risk. This only happens when someone feels genuinely safe with another person, and genuine safety at this depth does not exist without genuine love beneath it. When someone is more themselves with you than anywhere else, you are not just someone they like, you are someone they have already chosen, even if they have not yet found the words to say it. 7 signs, none of them loud, all of them real. The person who is falling for you is not going to announce it with a speech. They are going to reroute their morning. They are going to remember what you forgot. They are going to go quiet when your name comes up in the wrong way. They are going to show up on the days you need it most without being asked. Start paying attention to the quiet signals, because the quiet ones are always the most honest. Drop a comment below with the sign that made you think of someone specific. I read every single one.